Hello and welcome to TD's Pokemon Lair. I'm TD and this is Lair. Today we're unboxing a box of 10 Pokemon cards I sent to PSA. Got them back neatly packaged in this box. Let me get them out of here and we'll see what grades I got. Alright, let's go. Check out this 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Dark Muck, a first edition, the number 41 card of the set. This card looks really nice. I love the graphics. The front of the card looks really clean with no damage like creases, bends, or scratches. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right I think is all within the specs. And looking at our corners and our edges, they are nice and clean and free of any damage. Flipping the card over and looking at the back, it looks just as good as the front. Our surface is free of any damage like creases, bends, scratches, or dirt. Our centering from top to bottom I think is within the tolerance, and left to right it looks really close to the tolerance, maybe a little to the left. Looking at our corners and our edges, I think they're pretty clean and I don't see any damage. I think this is going to be a good grade. Let's see. Gem Mint 10. Awesome. Possum. Love it. Let's look at this 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Dark Persian, a first edition, the number 42 card. Looking at the front of this card, I like the graphics. I like this surface. It's free of any creases, bends, or scratches. Looking at our centering from top to bottom, it's quite a bit towards the bottom, but our left to right centering I think is within the tolerances. Looking at our corners and our edges, I think they're free of any damage. Let's look at the back of the card, and our surface is nice and clean. Graphics are bright. There's no scratches, creases, or bends. Looking at our centering from left to right, I think it's slightly towards the left, and top to bottom, I think it's within the tolerance. Looking at our corners and our edges, I actually think they're pretty clean. I don't really see any damage. And Dark Persian is going to get a grade of Near Mint 8. That off-centering in the front towards the bottom really took us out of the high grades. Here is a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Dark Primeape, a first edition, the number 43 card. Looking at the front of this card, the graphics are really nice. The surface shows no damage like creases, bends, scratches, or any other problems. Looking at our centering from left to right, I think that's really close to the tolerance. Centering from top to bottom is slightly towards the bottom. Looking at our corners and our edges, I do not see any damage. As we take a look at the back of the card, our centering from left to right slightly towards the left. Top to bottom centering is a little bit towards the bottom. Our surface is free of any creases, scratches, or bends, or any other damage. Looking at our corners and our edges, the only thing I can see is some slight damage on the upper right corner. And we're going to get a good grade of Mint 9. Not bad for an old card. We're looking at a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Dark Rapidash, a first edition, the number 44 card. This card looks really awesome. I love the graphics. The surface is free of any damage like creases, bends, scratches, or any other things. Our centering from left to right and top to bottom I think is all within the tolerances. Looking at our corners and our edges, they are free of any damage that I can find. Looking to the back of the card, our surface is free of any damage like creases, bends, scratches, or dirt. Our centering from left to right I think is slightly towards the left, but possibly within the tolerance. Our centering from top to bottom I do think is within the tolerances. And looking at our corners and our edges, I don't see any damage that would affect a grade. And the grade we're going to get is a Gem Mint 10. I like it a lot. Wow. Let me show you this 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Dark Vaporeon, a first edition, the number 45 card. This card looks really great. I love the EV evolutions. Vaporeon is really nice. The front is very clean with no scratches, creases, or bends, or dirt. Our centering from top to bottom is a little bit towards the bottom. Left to right centering I think is within the tolerance. And looking at our corners and our edges, I did not find any damage. Looking at the back of the card, our centering from top to bottom is slightly towards the bottom. Left to right, it's a little bit towards the left. Looking at our corners and our edges, I think they're pretty clean, except maybe a little bit on that lower right corner. And looking at our surface, it is free of any damage like creases, bends, or scratches. And we'll receive a grade of Mint 9. I like that grade for that Vaporeon. You're looking at a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Dark Wartortle, a first edition, the number 46 card. Looking at the front of this card, I love the graphics of Wartortle. The surface is very clean with no scratches, creases, or bends, or dirt. Our centering from top to bottom, though, is quite a bit towards the bottom. Left to right, I think, is within the tolerances. Looking at our corners and our edges, I think they're free and clean and have no damage. Looking at the back of the card, our surface is clean and free of any damage like creases, bends, scratches, or any other problems. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right All those I think are within the tolerances. Looking at our corners and our edges, they're actually really clean and don't show much damage. Our grade's going to be a near mint 8. I think that was due to the off-centering towards the bottom on the front of the card. This card is a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Magikarp, a first edition, the number 47 card. The graphics are bright on this. The surface is free of any damage like creases, bends, scratches, or any other problems. Our centering from top to bottom is towards the bottom quite a bit, and left to right though looks within the tolerance. Looking at our corners and edges, I did not find any damage. Flip the card over and look at the back of the card, and our surface is clean and free of any damage like creases, bends, or scratches. Our centering from left to right I think is slightly towards the left. Centering from top to bottom I think looks really close to the tolerance. Looking at our corners and our edges, there might be some very slight damage on that upper left corner. And the grade we'll get for Magikarp is mint 9. That's not too bad. Let's check out this 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Porygon, a first edition, the number 48 card. Looking at the front of this card, the graphics are bright and clean. There's no scratches, creases, or bends on the surface of the card. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right I think is a little towards the left. Top to bottom looks like it's close to the tolerance. Looking for damage on our corners and edges, I think they're clean and free of any damage. Let's gander at the back of the card and take a look. In our surface, like the front, is free of any creases, bends, or scratches. Our centering from left to right is a little bit towards the left. Centering from top to bottom, I think that's close to the tolerance. And looking at our corners and our edges, I think there's a couple specks of damage on that upper edge towards the center of the card. And we'll receive a grade of mint 9 for Porygon. I like it. Like that. We are looking at a 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Abra, a first edition, the number 49 card. Looking at the front of this card, it's very clean. I don't see any damage, dirt, grime, or any creases, bends, or scratches. Looking at our centering from left to right and top to bottom, I think those are all really close to the tolerances. Looking at our corners and our edges, I did not find any damage. Let's flip the card over and look at the back, and you can see that our centering from top to bottom and left to right I think is all within the tolerances. Our surface is free of any creases, bends, or scratches. Graphics look great. Looking at our corners and our edges, you can see that there's some damage on that upper right corner, and that will affect the grade. And the grade we're going to get is a mint 9. That corner took us out of a 10. Darn it. I'm showing you this 2000 Pokemon Team Rocket Charmander, a first edition, the number 50 card of the set. This one's very clean. The graphics look bright and nice. There's no damage to the surface like creases, bends, or scratches. Our centering from top to bottom and left to right I think is all within the tolerances, and our corners and our edges I think are free of any damage. As we look to the back of the card, you can see that our centering from top to bottom and left to right I think is all within the tolerances, even though I think it's slightly towards the left. It may be within the tolerance. Looking at our corners and our edges, they look really clean and free of damage, as does our surface of the card, because I do not see any creases, bends, or scratches. And this old Charmander is going to get a grade of Gem Mint 10. That's awesome. Very nice. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content of this video and the cards presented. Please like and subscribe, and always remember, you got to catch them all. Have a great day.